So I was going to do this as an email, but I don't have her email, and I think communicating by video is going to be a little bit more strategic and easier for me. I just finished watching a video by a person we all know who it is. I'm going to address the comments, and I'm going to tag the person so they can come and watch my video and respond, because I think they deserve a response. So, you said that you don't require a lot of wine. One sip and we're floating on clouds as you guzzled down the wine in your live. I said I thought you might be inebriated while you were doing your live. I still think you might have been, especially with what you just said. And I don't think that you don't feel about me like you said you did. I just think you let her rip because you just could. So I want to answer your questions. I want to be upfront and honest with you about where I'm coming from as much as I know how to do that. Okay, so first of all, you called me self-entitled. I've already put video after video out explaining why I am not a narcissist. I would like anybody to prove that I am. I have empathy. I care about people, and we'll get more into what I have done in the community and how I have helped people as time goes on in this video. I'm doing this privately at first till I upload it after I decide if I said everything I need to say, and I kept calm about it and just addressed the issues without getting heated, because that's what I'm aiming to do in this video. So, first of all, you said I was self-entitled. So, no, I'm really not. If I was self-entitled, I don't think I would have been with the people I've been with in my life that needed help and stood by them and helped them. I don't think a self-entitled person puts their money, their life, their efforts towards helping another person if they're self-entitled. To me, that's a person that's looking outside themselves and trying to help others. So I don't agree with you. I don't feel I'm self-entitled at all. Taking money from the poor. First of all, I can't guarantee that the people that have donated to me are poor. I'm sure some of them are very well-to-do and others may be poor. And they donated because they chose to. I'm pretty sure in a free country that's their choice to donate to who they want to. I've never forced anybody to donate. Yes, I've said I needed money to help with building the house, with doing the things I needed to do. And actually, that was while I was working when all of that started. So it wasn't like I wasn't doing something to help myself at the same time. I was putting my money that I was earning, along with the money of the donations, along with the ad revenue I get, along with any other thing that I get from anybody, towards fixing up my house, towards getting a car, towards paying my bills, because that's what YouTube allows you to do with GoFundMe, with Super Chat, with PayPal, with all the things that we all use to build up revenue. We all do it. Maybe you don't, but many other people, even not in this community, do. Click on almost any video out there. Click on PewDiePie or whatever his name is. Click on his videos. Click on some of the other videos that are about dieting or exercise or whatever. They all have monetization. They all have ads. They all take donations. They all use PayPal. I'm not the only one. Okay, but apparently I'm the one being faulted for it because I really do have a need to have money and I'm asking for help. I was always taught people don't know they need to help you unless you reach out and say, hey, help. I need help with this. So that's all I did. I'm guilty for asking for help. Okay, so taking money from the poor is the same in your eyes, I guess, as asking for genuine help when you need it. All right, I'm manipulating the emotions of those that are generous and taking money from the poor. I'm not manipulating emotions of anybody. I'm simply saying this is a situation I'm in. If you can, we need help. We appreciate it immensely. There's nothing wrong with that. If you need help, you need help. All right. Spoiled brat in an adult body. I am far from spoiled. I can't even take a shower in normal water. How is that spoiled? Lived in a house that was falling apart. How is that spoiled? I signed an 8-year contract that I didn't even really know what I was getting myself into because I didn't know it was going to flood here twice. And I had to suffer because of it. I have had to live in a less than ideal house situation, and I've done it. I've done it for 5 years since 2013 when I moved in. So I'm not spoiled. I resent even the thought of that. I'm not a spoiled brat. I'm not spoiled at all. I'm struggling, is what I am. But I'm doing it, and I'm doing what I need to do to get back on my feet again and get back to a better place. So many people are falling for her BS. People are not falling for anything. I've told the truth from day one. I continue to tell the truth. If people like my channel and come in and spend time with me, I'm pretty sure that that's their choice and their right. Just like the people that come to your channel go there by their own choice. There's nothing they're falling for. And there's no BS going on. Because BS, as far as I'm concerned, means lying. And I have never lied on my channel. I do not lie to people. Lying is of the pit of hell and the devil. I don't serve him, so therefore I would never lie. So you're wrong about that. She's on 24/7 panhandling. No, I'm not. First of all, I'm not on 24/7. Yes, I do occasional all-day lives because the people that enjoy my channel come in and enjoy that, and they ask me to do that. So I do it. Panhandling? No, I do not panhandle. Panhandlers, I'm pretty sure those people that stand on the street corner with signs saying, just out of work, need money to survive. We have them here too. I've never done that a day in my life. But you know what? I wouldn't fault those people for doing it if they genuinely needed help. And I have given and donated to those people myself. I have bought them meals. I have given them money because I care about people. And yes, I reach outside of myself. And I find it really odd that somebody would say, well, she's never reached out of herself. She's never done things volunteer. She's never helped other people. You don't know me. How do you know what I've done? You don't know my volunteer work. I happen to work for rebuilding a certain city, which I won't mention because I don't want people to know where I live exactly. But it was rebuilding this city, one of those not businesses, but one of those volunteer organizations that go, we rebuilt a wheelchair ramp for somebody. Actually, we built it. There was none there. We built a wheelchair ramp. We did their gardening. I was there getting my hands dirty and rebuilding that person's home as a volunteer. I also sandbagged when people got flooded down where my in-laws used to live. That was after I was divorced from my husband. So you don't really know what I've done volunteer work. So that's not really fair for you to make that assessment about me. All right. Trying to justify. I feel like I have to sometimes because there's so many accusations coming at me and this painting of me in this really false light that's just plain not true. So yes, I feel like I have to justify myself. Creating make-believe illnesses. I am diagnosed by our local mental health place with cyclothymic mood disorder. It's on my paperwork. I could show it to you if I could locate those papers. I could give you the name and number if they would even violate HIPAA and tell you what my diagnosis is. I have cyclothymic mood disorder, a very mild form of bipolar disorder. That's legit. I do think, I suspect, there may be some kind of autism, and I'm talking to my doctor about getting tested for it. There is no crime in thinking that you might have an issue and you need to get it looked at. Last I checked, that's kind of what doctors are for. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go and get some testing done. All right. So, no, I'm not creating make-believe illnesses. There's nothing make-believe about having seizures where you're banging your head on the desk at work because the lights above you, the fluorescent lights, are causing your brain to flip out and misfire. That's not something I made up. That's literal. That's true. I had to leave the job because of that. Mold that didn't exist prior, mold that didn't affect her till now. Possibly the mold was affecting me. I know it was affecting my husband, which was why we ended up having to tear the carpets out. No, I did not know that you should do that after a flood. I am not that great on the common sense department. We've already established that. I don't deny that. There's certain logical things that people know that don't occur to me. They just don't. So when I realized, oh my gosh, there's black mold under the carpets, I scrubbed the heck out of that room. I bleached it. I used baking soda. I used the special powder stuff. I got rid of the black mold after we tore out the carpets and got rid of everything. I did that every time we had a problem in the house. I cleaned it out. I scrubbed the heck out of that place. And no, it didn't affect us after that. Then we had this flood recently, this recent one, and yeah, it affected me. And yes, I was getting laryngitis. I was losing my voice. If you listen to the videos, I know my viewers were listening to the videos, they could tell I could barely talk, and I was coughing like forever. It felt like it went on for almost a month. I wasn't making that up. I had flipping stuff stuck in my throat, making me choke. That's why I moved out of there. First, I just slept out here one night, figuring, well, maybe I'll just try to stay away from the atmosphere in there and see if I can breathe better without choking. That was legit. All of that was true. I didn't make that up. No, you don't get over laryngitis like right away. It didn't go into laryngitis. I'm pretty sure what I said was I felt like I was getting laryngitis. It didn't go into that. I didn't stay in that atmosphere, breathing in that stuff, so that I didn't get sick. Hence why I moved out here. All right. Didn't purchase a dehumidifier. My ex-husband gave us a dehumidifier. The dehumidifier does not work. American Red Cross did not have dehumidifiers to give us. That's why we didn't have one. We didn't have the money to purchase it at that point. We didn't think to purchase one. We didn't even know that we needed to purchase one. So no, we didn't have one. We didn't put one in at that point until my ex gave it to us. Why did she leave her place? There was no standing water in it. Okay. When I left my home, the flood was already predicted by the weather people. We left the home while it was flooding, went to stay with my ex-husband to try to figure out what we were going to do next. We went back and forth in his truck, checking on the cats, checking to see how bad the damage was. If you watch the footage on my videos, you will see us trudging through the water up to the house, explaining to people what we were doing. That water was not pumped in by some kind of a fire department to make it look like it flooded. That was literally flooded. And if you look up my area, you will see that areas around us were also flooded. And no, it was not a flood like up to my hips or my chest. It was up to below my knees in parts. And I had to use boots to get from the truck to the house, back and forth. And I was going back and forth, checking to see, are the cats okay? What's the house look like? What does it smell like? What's going on? So yes, I didn't abandon my place. I don't know why you thought I abandoned my property. I own my property on paper at this point. And once it's paid off, I own it outright. No, there was no standing water in it. After a few days, the water goes back down through the floors. Should have stayed there and sucked the water. Why? We knew it was going to go back down again. This was a second flood. I knew it was going to eventually go down. We were just waiting it out till it went down. There was nothing to suck out. It wouldn't have mattered either way if we sucked it out or let it go down naturally. What's the point in that? Why didn't you use the cleaning products you were given to continue cleaning your place? I did. Did you not watch those videos where we had the cleaning products out and we're scrubbing the walls? Apparently you didn't see that one. I did stay and clean my house, but the flood had done such bad damage in the walls. As my daughter said, we are going to have to take out a good few feet of the wall because the insulation, this pink stuff up here that we have in the shed, is in the walls in the house, and we will have to chop up the walls to get to it. And that insulation is full of mold. So we cannot live there or stay there with that, breathing that in. That's why we left and moved into the shed. Daughter said the shed was the best idea I ever came up with. All right. So no, there was no point in staying there and sucking water out. There was no water to suck out. And we did use the cleaning products to clean. If you really feel you have nowhere to go, bull, I didn't have anywhere to go except to my shed. Unless I want to give up my cats, give up most of my possessions, and go find another apartment, plus pay for a house that I'm still making payments on, $500 a month. That was a no-brainer. I can't afford to pay for two places. So no, I really don't have another place to go. Unless I want to make two payments, and I have no idea how the heck that would happen. Because I can't get hired for a job that makes that kind of money. And neither can my husband. And the two of us together can barely pay for this place. So no, we don't have another place to go. Again, not a lie. Taking money from people who don't have it to give because she doesn't like to work. That's not why I asked for donations. I asked for donations to put with the money that we already had saved up from when we were working, and more money that we would get from working, to put it together so we could buy a car, so we could get back on our feet, so we could fix up our house or this place, whatever. I figured this place made more sense because this place is only 270 square feet. It's going to take a lot less to fix this up, and it has a cement floor, than to keep trying to fix that place up and have it flood again. It's on ground level. It's not lifted up. It will get flooded every time. And it floods from the ground up through the floor. It's not a typical flood that just comes from the river and floods into the doorway or into the windows. It's flooding that goes from underneath the ground up into the house. There's no way to sandbag against that. What you can do is put green treated floors in there, which two of our rooms have green treated floors. And that is the plan, is to put more green treated floors in there. But we still don't know if that's going to make it livable unless we somehow caulk between the floor and the wall all the way around with some kind of waterproof caulking. So if it does flood, it won't creep up the wall or come into the house. And I don't know if that's possible. The best thing to do is boost that house up on stilts or whatever they do with houses, lift it up. We can't afford that. Have you priced that? It's extremely expensive. And I sure as heck am not going to do a GoFundMe to lift my house up. That would be ridiculously expensive. So yeah, lying and exaggerating. No, I'm not a liar. No, I was not exaggerating. I was telling exactly what was happening. And not only was I telling it, I was showing it the whole entire time. I'm a manipulating frickin' scam artist from beyond. I'm not sure what the from beyond thing meant. You can clarify that if you want. Frickin' scam artist. I'm not scamming anybody, so I'm not a scam artist. How can people thumb up that video? I guess you'd have to ask them. I guess maybe they see my genuineness and they see my heart and they know that I'm not all these things that you seem to think that I am. Moving the clothes back into the house, the clothes that we said were moldy, we did not do that. We burned the clothes that were moldy. Again, it was in a video that we showed everybody. These were the clothes that went through the flood. We got donated clothes from, my cat is throwing up apparently. We got donated clothes from a voucher system through American Red Cross? No, through a different agency. And went and got a few clothes, used clothes, to wear because our clothes got ruined in the flood. Not all our clothes, but the ones that were in the flood, we burned, we got rid of. We did not bring them into our shed house. No, we would not bring moldy clothes or wear moldy clothes. That doesn't even make sense. So no, that didn't happen. 4 of my children are against me. No, they're not. One of my 4 children doesn't like me. My eldest child is the one that owns the home that I'm renting to own from. She's fine with me. We get along fine. Yes, we have our differences sometimes, and sometimes I feel or felt like she wasn't there for me. I did feel that way. Sometimes she couldn't be there for me. She was paying her own bills and dealing with her own flood in her basement. My third eldest child goes along with whoever is the strongest. I've said that. My story has never changed. That has been the case from the get-go. My youngest child and I get along just fine. I don't have any issues with her. Although sometimes she seems like she talks at me, and she feels like she's really in the middle between her sisters and me, and it's not a good place to be. So yeah, we have those issues, but for the most part, just one of them is against me, out and out against me. Not all four of them. She lives in a house with sheets. She's reaping what she's sown. No, I'm not reaping what I've sown. I am reaping the results of a natural disaster called a flood, which destroyed my house again for the second time since I've lived here. So no, I didn't deserve to be flooded. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that. And I don't think you're fair saying that. Bringing up Aaron to get ratings and exploited it. No. I don't know if you heard my recent video where I explained that that was an oversight on my part, putting in my links on the video. I just had been putting my links in every video and wasn't thinking. I literally filmed that video for Erin because I was concerned about Erin. She was talking about how she was being abused and bullied and mistreated, and she was scared. And that video was very sensitive. I didn't say anything wrong in that video. I didn't use it to exploit her. I think Erin even knew my heart, and Erin thanked me for the video. She just asked that I not go on that website because it would come back on her, and I did not go on that website. Doesn't think anything of herself, so she doesn't care how low she has to stoop. I don't think anything of myself. On one hand, you're calling me a self-entitled narcissist, but yet I don't think anything of myself. I love myself, but not in a selfish way where I would not help other people or be kind to other people or reach out to other people, and not in a way that I have never done that. I've always given to people. I have always been the one that was there when nobody else was there for people. I still am that person. I think you've seen that with my friend Michelle, that when everybody turned against her, I stood by her because I saw something more in her than the mistakes that she made. So no, that's not true. I do think something of myself, and I don't care how low I have to stoop. That's just, I'm not that person that you're painting me as. That's all I can say. I don't stoop low. I don't do low things. I have to answer to God for everything I do. So no, I don't. Doesn't have a soul, a personality, or identity. Okay. I don't think you can see inside of me in the spirit realm, so I don't think you know whether I have a soul or not. Personality, I think I have a really fun personality most of the time. Sometimes I have a serious personality. Sometimes I have a very empathic personality. And as far as my identity, I definitely have an identity. I've had narcissists try to steal my identity, but I definitely have reclaimed that, and I do have an identity. She is a narcissist. Again, prove it. Go through the 9 traits of a narcissist, and please tell me which ones you see me having and why you think I have those. Show me the evidence of that, because I just am not a narcissist. I don't have any of those traits. I don't. I've made videos explaining that. Can't work anywhere without having problems. Not true. I've worked many jobs without problems. That is not true at all. Yes, I have had problems in several jobs, but not every single place have I worked and had problems. That's a generalization. That's just not true. Can only team up with people that are less than her? No. I team up with people that understand struggle, that understand coming together and helping each other. That's who I team up with. I don't team up with people that are so lofty and over me because I can't relate to that. I don't have that type of compass to understand that sort of life. She is toxic. You could define that, I guess. Toxic to whom and how? I don't feel I'm a toxic person at all. And my friends that I've had over the years would tell you I'm not toxic. Have possible autism and Asperger's. Well, since you're not my neuroscientist or psychologist or psychiatrist, not really sure if you can diagnose me with that or not. I can say that I have traits that make me wonder about it, and therefore I'm talking to my doctor to find out more about it, see if I might have it. I didn't leave. Oh, you didn't leave your job after 2 weeks. That job that you're talking about, there was abuse going on, and I can't get into that because of legal reasons. I was warned not to, but I can tell you that I don't leave places for no reason. There was definitely stuff going on that concerned me, that I dealt with, and I had to get out of there. I couldn't be part of that. Don't have any joy in her heart. Can you see into my heart? Do you know my heart? Are you God? I don't think so. To say I don't have joy in my heart, I think that's kind of making an unfair assumption about me. I don't think you know my heart that well to know if I have joy or not. Matthew and I laugh all the time. We have all kinds of joy in our hearts and in our family. Last night when I was with my children bowling, I had all kinds of joy in my heart. So how can you say I don't have any joy in my heart? I'm a spoiled brat in a ballerina tutu. I kind of laughed at that one. That was kind of painting an interesting picture of me because I do belly dance. I don't really wear a ballerina tutu, but I was a ballerina for years and I did wear a tutu. I was probably a spoiled brat when I was a kid, but I don't think that my life situation right now denotes being spoiled in any way, shape, or form. I don't feel I'm spoiled. I feel like I'm really struggling. I feel like I've been really cheated. I feel like I don't deserve what I've been having to go through. So maybe that makes me spoiled because I feel like I didn't deserve this, for my house to flood twice, to sign a contract I'm stuck in. No, I don't think that makes me a spoiled brat. That makes me somebody that probably should not have signed a contract, should have stayed in my trailer. But had I might not be where I am today in some ways, which is a much better place. I never grew up. I think I did. Pretty sure in my 30s was when I started growing up, to be honest with you. I'm not perfectly matured. I don't have all the answers. I lack some common sense at times, but I am grown up. I'm almost 53 years old. I'm not saying just chronologically by age, but I have had to take care of a mentally ill, learning disabled ex-husband, who I did for 2.5 years. I have worked jobs. I have taken care of people with personality disorders, behavior disorders, and everything under the sun. I have worked even when my husband couldn't work twice. I have gone through a lot of things that grew me up and matured me. So I don't agree with you that I never grew up. I did, but I like to have fun. And there's still a little girl inside me that enjoys being free and fun and carefree. Your kids have distanced themselves to you because you are frickin' toxic. No, not really. My one daughter hasn't distanced herself from me. She sees me when she can, but she works a lot. My youngest daughter definitely hasn't distanced herself. I'm going there on Friday for her birthday, spending the whole day with her. We get along just fine. I already told you about my other daughter who doesn't like me and purposely distances herself, but you don't know that whole story, so we won't get into that. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you about that. Re-wearing clothes that are full of mold spores. I already covered that. No, we didn't. We burned them. Ask permission to use our video to do a commentary, but I wouldn't give you the permission. After rewatching your video that I actually got all this on that I'm commenting on, do you honestly blame me for not wanting you to do commentary on my video? Did you not hear the tone of your voice and watch your facial expressions and how you got close to the camera and very intimidating and very mean and saying the things that you said to me? It's intimidating to me. So no, I would not give you permission to take my video and sit there and tear it apart. You already tore my whole existence apart on video by what you were saying. You made a lot of assumptions that were not true. You painted me in a light that was very negative and untrue. which you cannot prove any of what you're saying. So no, I'm not comfortable with saying, oh, sure, have fair game at my video and just go ahead and tell me what a rotten, awful person I am and how I'm a spoiled brat in a tutu and all that stuff you said, and maybe worse. I don't know. That doesn't make me comfortable or like I have a rapport with you at all for you to do a commentary on my video. But I can't stop you in the same light. I can't stop you if that's what you feel you must do, then I guess do it. No gratitude for food, money, or medical insurance. Really. You know my heart. Again, you know how I feel about the money that I get, the food stamps that I get. You know that? Have you not watched my videos? Seriously, my other ones, where I'm doing food hauls and I'm saying how grateful I am to be blessed in this way. How grateful I am to the church for donating the food for the food pantry. Yes, I've said it's terrible that they just give out sweets and stuff mostly. Food pantries should be giving healthier things out to people, not just putting junk into people's bodies. You're killing people. You should have meat and vegetables and fresh fruit and stuff like that, not a bunch of ho-hos and cakes and pies and pushing the bread like it's going out of style. Bread is not healthy to begin with, and people can challenge on me that on with me all they want. Bread is not healthy. Bread makes people sick. Bread produces clogged up everything. It's not healthy. Gluten-free bread is healthier, but the best kind of bread is no bread in my book. So yes, I've said that, and I will continue to say that the food pantries need to get healthier stuff. But that doesn't mean I'm not thankful for what I do get, because I'm very thankful. I show very much gratitude. The pastor that I am friends with that provides that food in the food pantry is a gracious man and a very good man, and he knows I'm thankful for that food. He knows it. I tell him that every time I see him, which is almost every weekend when we go for the food. Pastor, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So I'm not grateful. I don't have gratitude. You're wrong. Food money, the food stamps, I'm very grateful for the food stamps. Very grateful. Medical insurance, oh my gosh. My husband is diabetic. Believe me, I'm thankful for medical insurance. Because when we tried to pay our own medical insurance, we couldn't do it. So I'm thankful that we qualify for medical insurance and we can actually stay healthy because we can get to doctors and hospitals. I'm extremely grateful. So sorry, you misjudged me on that. I am very grateful and I show gratitude. I have no patience. You got to do what she thinks is right for your life. I have a right, a legal right, and a moral right and responsibility to not take on clients that I do not have a rapport with and that I do not feel I can help. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm not capable of. And they taught me in college that if you, and both colleges, by the way, the accredited one and the one that was not so good, taught me this. When you are coaching somebody or you're counseling somebody, you owe it to them that if they are not listening to you, or you don't feel you have a rapport with them, or you don't feel you're the best person to help them, to refer them elsewhere. That is simply what I'm saying when I say, do not approach me if you're not ready to work on your issues. Please seek out counseling. I am not a counselor. I think that's very responsible for me to say that to people and not get them with high hopes coming to me thinking I'm going to sit there and listen forever to their problems, and I can't do it because I'm the type of person that likes results. I'm a results-oriented person. And if you just want to bellyache to me and tell me all the problems you have, but you're not ready to do anything about it, you're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. You need to find a therapist that you can sit for an hour each week and just commiserate to. I make no apologies for that. I no longer call myself a life coach. I call myself a life skills coach and advisor. I am more of an advisor. I give people advice and direction. I do not consider myself like a counselor, therapist, gentle-hearted life coach. That's not me. It's not my personality. If that's wrong, I'm sorry. My cat has so many hairballs. I need to do something about that. I don't know what, though, because I don't know how to treat hairballs other than hairball stuff, which I'll deal with in a little bit. All right. So doesn't have, you already said that. No, no, never seen Delusion Dispeller go out there and help her neighbor. Really? You know my relationship with my neighbor? Really? Is it because I didn't put it on camera? Is that why you say you didn't see me go out and help my neighbor? You don't know the relationship I have with my neighbors. Now, right now, we don't have a good relationship with them because people keep pulling into their driveway, which we have no control over because we don't know when people leave here if they're going to back out into the driveway after we told them, don't drive in my neighbor's driveway. They don't want anybody there. But as far as me not having, earlier in this time that I've lived here, I would go and sit down with my neighbor, who is blind, by the way, and have lengthy conversations with her and check on her constantly. So to say that I don't go out there and help my neighbor, you're sadly mistaken. Again, I sandbagged for people. I have given clothing to people. I have given money to people. I love my neighbor as myself. That is what the Bible teaches. So if a situation arises that I can help somebody out, heck, I took a ex-con into my home years ago when I was in my first marriage. We housed an ex-con who was trying to get his life together, going to church, and eventually ended up turning himself in because he was not supposed to be out running around. We didn't know this. The pastor didn't know this, but the pastor had asked me to open up my home, and I did. Even though everybody was like, what are you thinking? Why would you do this? Because I care about people, and I'm all about giving people second chances. So as far as that goes, helping my neighbor, volunteering, I've done plenty of volunteer work with just the joy of knowing that I did it. And that's what I used to tell people. You don't have to pay me. I just have joy knowing that I can help you. So now it's my turn to receive. And I'm sorry you want to begrudge me that, because that's what it feels like, is that because I really have genuine needs and I presented them honestly and openly to people on YouTube, to people that can help if they can, that's something wrong, that I should feel bad and guilty and like a slimy, scamming, spoiled, self-entitled brat in a tutu. I'm sorry you feel that way. It is your right to feel however you want about me. I give you that right, and God gave you that right before I could give you that right. I don't have to give you that right. You just have that right. I'm saying I'm fine with it. I don't mean I give you the right. I mean, I'm fine with whatever you want to think about me. I'm just telling you you're wrong. You're totally wrong. You couldn't be more wrong if you tried. Seriously. Maybe it would be a better idea, if you're open to it, to get to really know me. If you have ideas of how to clean the house maybe we didn't think of, or how to fix up our shed that we didn't think of, we'd love to hear them, because we're kind of all new at this. We're putting the walls in gradually. We have to have money for that. Right now, we have a little bit of money to pay our bills, and I'm working hard during the day tutoring. Yes, you're right. I did make a video saying I hate working, and I really am miserable because I don't want to go out to work. I did say that, and I did mean that. However, if you notice, very soon after that, I started asking people, are there jobs online I could take? And when I found one, I took it, and I've been tutoring, and I like it a lot. It's very enjoyable to me, and I'm making pretty good money at it that I can use to help pay my bills, so I don't have to constantly rely on other people. So no, I didn't stay stuck in that position. I bettered myself. But yes, I'm very open about voicing my struggles. I feel like YouTube has afforded me the ability to just be honest and open with people and reach out for help when I need it. So that's what I've used YouTube for part of the time. Other than that, I've uploaded many, many videos. I've been here since 2008, and that's just how I do things. I'm sorry you don't understand the whole monetization and asking for help and PayPal and all that stuff. People have done it for years. People are still doing it and will continue to do it. That doesn't make them a scammer or self-entitled or liars or any of the other things that you think I am. So I hope I've said this as clear as I can. I've tried, and I've tried to be respectful and kind as much as I know how to be. I've tried to cover the issues and not attack you as a person, because that's important to me. That's why I didn't want to go on live, because I think things get very heated when people go on live collabs. I felt this was a better way to do it. I welcome you to respond by video or however you want to respond. In email if you choose. My email is delusiondispeller@gmail.com. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to hate each other. I don't want there to be animosity towards each other. I don't want our viewers to hate either one of us. I never wanted that. I've just openly shared my life on here. Literally. Think about it. I have held nothing back. I've shared too much of my life on here. Had I not shared everything I did, we wouldn't even be having these kind of issues right now, because nobody would know anything. They'd see me as Delusion Dispeller, this little persona online that was fun-loving and sings and dances and has a good time. They would have never known I went through a flood. They would have never known I lived like I did and I struggled with the things I did, because I wouldn't have told them. I would have just kept everything on the up and up and been pretty stoic like a lot of people on here and just not let on anything was going on. But I felt comfortable and I felt a rapport with many people that I could just be open and honest. And I felt it was necessary to be upfront with people and not hold anything back. And like I said, maybe to a fault. Maybe I should have never shared what I shared. Maybe I shouldn't have shown my house. But you know what? I really don't have regrets, because I learned who my real, genuine viewers and friends were through everything that I've been through. I'm very grateful to them. I'm not a manipulator. Yes, you might sense a little bit of salesmanship in me. I have been trained in sales for many, many years. I do know how to make money. I do know how to sell things. But that was not what I was looking for here. I was literally crying out for help. And in one video, I was literally crying and sobbing and scared as I saw my house about ready to be deluged with a flood again. It was not something my daughter or I were hoping would ever happen. Obviously, we had talked about it a couple weeks before, and she said to me, "Mom, you better hope it doesn't flood, because if it does flood again, there's not going to be anything left to repair. You're going to have to move out probably, because it'll destroy that house. It'll go down." So, no, it didn't go down, but it did get flooded, and it is moldy, and it's disgusting. And yes, I still cook in there. Yes, I still take showers in there. I do still use the bathroom facilities, because we do not have them out here. There is absolutely no way to install them out here. I would not have that kind of money, would not ask anybody to raise that kind of money. I'm perfectly fine going back and forth to use the restroom, shower, and cook. I don't have an issue with that. So that's all I have to say. I just, sorry, my cat just knocked down a mirror. I just wanted to address those issues, because I rewatched your original video and I felt you deserved answers. If you ask the questions, you deserve to be answered. But I wanted to calm down enough and sort things through in my mind enough to explain to you my side of it. So again, I'm posting this now, asking you to watch it with an open mind and objectivity, and respond if you will, if you want to. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done fighting. I'm done having any aught in my heart towards anybody, and I hope you are too. I hope we can move past this, and we can both have peaceful channels from this point on. So thanks for listening. That's all I have to say. Feel free to ask me any more questions you want, but please don't assume. Just ask me. I am very much an open book, and I have no problem telling you. So thanks for listening. God bless, and bye.